We're on trying to get Smalley. This is Three Guys Many Games mobile going on right now.
Your call has been
Oh,
forwarded to
he's not
voicemail.
even
The person
answering.
you're trying
Where
to
is
reach
he?
is not available. At the tone, please record your message. When you have finished recording, you may hang up.
All right, Smalls, we tried calling you. We're in the car doing a little video, but you're not picking up. You're fading fast. All right.
All right, call us.
Call us later. We're driving. Bye.
All right, we're on our way. He'll call back. We're on our way to Placid. There's a little bit of traffic here, heading towards the hutch, and looks like a nice day. Looks like there won't be any rain.
Yeah, hopefully. Well, we still got quite a few miles to go. Up there, you never know in those mountains.
That's true. I mean, the years that they've had there were the debacles of ending the tournament on rain.
Last year was rough. We never got to really finish, although the one team, the Garbers, we were in good shape. No matter what happened in that last game, we could have lost. We would have had to lose by like 8 goals or something to lose the championship. But
they're going to have, this is sort of like the revenge tour of all these other teams. The teams that didn't get the chance to play in the finals last year will get a chance this year, and we'll see. And there's other games that were, PLL was out in California. The big news is Smalley's only a game behind, and I've taken over the lead. Yeah. After 0-4 start, see, you can always be in the game. Never give up. Come all the way back. I'm in the lead. There's a number of weeks to go. Everything can change going back and forth. California, games were in California. The first game, Boston beat the Outlaws 12-10. I took the Outlaws. I lost that game. I was a little disappointed how they played. They seem to be adjusting on the guy Bundy a little bit. They're just deciding to just completely shut him off now. They
did on the extra man. That's
sure. They're doing it on extra man, but they're really kind of shading his way because those 2-point shots on momentum changes. They you're in a game, you're in a tight game, and you hit some of those twos, and then that game changes around quickly. So, Boston, I got to say, I keep picking against Boston, and they keep winning. So, I have to think about maybe changing that up. I mean, am I not giving them enough credit?
Well, they started slow the last game, but they came on. Their defense is tough. Tough to score on. The goalie's playing well, and they got veterans on the attack. Holman, the big guy, Nolting, he's a lot to handle. They're good at the midfield. Drenna, Campbell, they got a lot of options on that team. Pat Cavanaugh played instead of Matt Cavanaugh last week, I think. They substituted him in.
I still like him on the attack. See, that's weird. It's a weird thing of how you get them all in, but I think Pat Cavanaugh is much better attackman than playing him out of the box. I don't think he's as effective being out of the box. He's just, you could just see, I think his comfortability level looked much better when he was on the attack.
All these teams are still tinkering with their guys, but I have to say, you just talked about the 4 games this past weekend. Again, 3 of the 4 games come down to last possession.
Right.
You got a team trying to either win or tie the game on the last possession. And so that's what makes these games so difficult to pick with the spread. They might even be difficult to pick without the spread, but with the spread, there's a lot of these bad beats. You lose a game right at the end because a team, one game.
Well, every spread it's interesting. Like I know this week when we'll pick the games a little later in the week, but every game is 1.5 goals.
Yeah.
And this past week of the games, the only game that was a 2.5 goals was the Atlas game, and they didn't cover that 2.5. Right. So yes, there always seems to be coming down to that 1 or 2 goal game, which obviously makes it difficult to pick, but. Would you say if you were doing power ratings, has Boston overtaken
Atlas?
Yeah.
I don't know. I think they're both pretty good, on a given day. I mean, Boston in the last game they played, they beat them.
Right.
At Fairfield when I was there. So maybe you got to give them a little edge now. They got momentum. But, Atlas is still dangerous. Clearly they can score. But, I don't know, that Boston team's got a good mix.
Do you think that the youth would actually hurt them? Like just having a little bit of experience of playing in the pro, like these guys are, yes, they had tremendous college careers. There's a lot of rookies playing on that Atlas. Will that hurt them?
I don't know, they seem to have adjusted pretty well. They play well. They got good chemistry. I mean, obviously Schellenberger and Dixon, they've played together. So you have that, and I think Teat, you could plug in and play with anybody.
Yeah, he could play
so
with
that
anybody.
Attack, they're going to have to get a little bit more out of the middies. Costabile seems to be playing better lately, getting more, opportunities going to the goal. He's always dangerous.
The guy seems to be quiet with, let's talk about the next game. We'll talk about Atlas when we get to their game, but this is an interesting game. So it's in California. They have a big crowd, and the Redwoods get a big win, and they beat the Chaos. Is the Chaos in chaos right now?
Oh, look who's calling in.
Oh, all right. Let's get him.
All right,
we're on. We're on.
We're on the podcast?
Yes.
Yeah, we're on. I'm driving up. We're on the hutch right now. Got quite a
Don't
few.
tell me, is it you two? Who's in?
And Stevie's in the back seat.
Sticks is in the back. He's sleeping.
Oh, that's about right. Good job. Yeah.
So Smalls.
Yeah.
We're talking. We're actually we're at the game 2, but the overall thing. You understand. You're one game out of first place right now.
Yeah, I'm gonna win. I'm a good coach. I've always been. Same thing with the ladies. That's
Oh, okay. All right.
It doesn't change.
So what we're talking about now is that in the second game of past weekend, that the Redwoods got their big win at home. They had a big crowd, big California support of their team, and they came out and they beat the Chaos. And I was asking Vinny, let's hear what Vinny has to say, and then you could put your thoughts. Is Chaos in chaos?
Yeah, they got
yes.
They got offensive troubles. They're having a
They're
tough
done.
time scoring.
They'll never be done because they have Blaze Reardon. And if you hold teams down, it's like they just have to manufacture enough to win a game. You should.
You can, but when you start doubling him and you got no scoring, you need other players to step up. I don't see it.
You're not doubling
who
him.
else?
He's a goalie.
Yeah. Who are you doubling? What are you putting? You seeing double? What are you?
You're doubling the goalie.
Well, you guys.
Well, I think that's a losing recipe there.
If you guys would listen. If you guys would listen instead of mocking. Hold on.
Pay attention. Come on.
I said if you were doubling and putting 2 goalies in the net, you might win.
Okay,
you got a chance.
There you go.
Yeah,
Right,
okay.
Like that?
Now you're digging yourself
You made
deeper.
a good recovery.
Thank you. That's what I'm trying to say. But I never could talk around Vinny and Steven. They control everything on the thing. Go ahead. Get into it. Go.
So, anyway, Chaos looks like they're having issues, especially offensively. There's some teams, I think, obviously Water Dogs and 2 teams don't make the playoffs, and Water Dogs and Redwoods and Chaos. It's probably out of 2 out of that 3 are probably the ones that are not going to make the playoffs. So it's going to see who can come up with a big win.
I mean, the problem with Chaos is that obviously the not having Dane Smith is a big thing for them.
Yeah.
He's a playmaker. He's a passer. He's a leader at the midfield. He can create things. I feel like with him not playing, that's hurt them a lot. They haven't replaced that.
Right. So let's see their pros. Let's see the opportunity for another guy to step up. Yeah. That's what's great about sports. Can somebody else step up?
No, they're not. They're not going to step up. They don't have a guy who could step up and do what he's done in terms of
Well,
production.
not yet, but
You know.
the guy Knobloch has played pretty good. Has had moments. Those Rutgers guys they got. They're listen.
He's not a passer. Yes, he'll get you goals and things, but it's like
That's what
Dane
they said
Smith's
about Lou Gehrig
playmaking.
and Babe Ruth. Come on. Somebody can step up their pros. They can do it.
We'll see.
It's just a different makeup of a team, and clearly they're struggling with generating offense, and it doesn't even seem like, to me, Byrne is even down. Like hasn't been as effective. He's doing
See,
scoring.
if you guys are smart, can I jump in on something here that would be really good for the fans?
Go ahead.
May I throw you guys off course like I usually do? If they were really smart, they would take a branch out of the Olympics, have the guy, the Prince, the owner of the league, come running out in this big Prince outfit with a big torch across the field and running and promoting the sport like it should be, like the WWF or like the Olympics.
Everything
Come
is
on.
WWF with this guy.
But spice it up.
You said it from the start.
Yeah.
You said it from the start. You're going to take us off course. We're talking about a team and what a team could do to score more goals, and you got into the guy running with a flag across.
Because
What's
I
that
want
got
the
to do
league
with
to
it?
survive.
You think
I want the league to survive. But
That's
go ahead,
a
guys.
different thing.
All right, I had to throw that in there.
We're talking about.
Go ahead. Get right into it. I had to throw that in there. Come on.
You are exasperating.
Oh, it's great for the sport. Let me take it over. I think I'll make it some more jerseys and things, nicknames. But
You know what? That's a good idea. I think you should be a new investor. I think you with Joe Tsai, listen, you're a quiet billionaire. People don't know, but you might have to come out of the closet now, and you might have to invest in the league. I think if you can invest, maybe $4 or $5 million into the league.
Why? Well, look what I spent in the last 4 years, just going around the suites. I put more money into the sport in 4 years than anybody. I don't even go to these schools. I have nothing to do with it. It's like my fourth sport. But anyway, it's coming to the end. I tell you, I don't know. I think it's one or two teams.
He's a gloom and doom guy.
Negative.
Yeah.
We're talking about the games. Again, we're talking about the games.
Go ahead, get into
we're
it.
Analyzing we're into it. But then you come in and then you start talking about WWF, guys across the field, the Prince. Set him on fire, let him run. I don't know what you're talking about.
Hey, listen,
set him on fire.
I just killed the president of Iran yesterday. He died.
Now he's got to start with this stuff. Listen,
the Hamas guy is killed.
So California was feeling good, getting that win. They felt great. And the next day comes, and Atlas, who had lost, they escape, by their fingernails and beat the Water Dogs, who just can't win a close game, 12-11. So
they're playing all kinds of one-goal games. Well, going back to the Redwoods, look, it's been difficult for teams who have that 2 games on a weekend to win both games. It's not easy to get a sweep. You play one and then you got another one the next day. The other team comes in fresh. It's not easy.
Well, they got the first one. That was the
that's what I'm saying. One. Typically, I think most of the time they win the first one, and then the second one's tough because, you don't even have a day to recover from what might be a tough game. So that makes it tough. And but
and what do we got? 4 games left in the season. It ain't that much, really, if you think about it. How many games you got left? 6, 4.
We go to this one.
Some teams. I think most teams have played 7 games at this point. They played 10, right?
So it's like 3 games.
I think Atlas might have played 8 games.
That's why, coming into the playoffs, when you start getting towards the end, I mean, does it really matter at the end for the good teams that are winning by so much? Well, maybe for seeding, but you get.
Well, seeding matters because you want to get a bye.
Seeding does matter. The seeding's good, but no, I think you're right in that these games have been so close. Like I just said, this is this week again. If we look back, there was weeks where, it's typically 3 out of 4 games every weekend come down to the last possession, where a team has a chance to win or tie. So if the games are that close, I mean, all you got to do, you got to be in it to win it. If you can make the playoffs,
Going in the playoffs, a number 4 seed, a number 4 or 5 seed can logistically win in the way they set it up. Like,
historically, it's happened that way too. You know, Chaos that
Yeah.
one time, that bubble
Yeah.
year or
Yeah.
whatever, they
You're right.
they didn't win a game and then they made it to the finals. You know, so that's how close it is. It's like, who's gonna figure it out? Who's staying healthy? You know.
Well, that's the key right there. Who's going to be healthy and in shape? Do you rest guys like you do in the NBA? I don't think they do it like that, but I mean, it
there's
really.
nothing to rest. They don't play enough to need rest.
Right.
They really need to, practice more if they could, but they're not about, other than maybe rest if a guy was injured. He needs a little time. But
Hey, let me ask you a question: Is the trade deadline? How does that work?
That's
I forgot.
all done. I don't think there's any. They're past that.
I thought there was one more. Like they have one.
No, the trade thing I think is done, but I don't know that you can.
It is?
Yeah, I don't think you may be able to pick up a guy if he's in the player pool. But I don't know that
Right.
there's anybody good enough that they're going to look into the player pool.
The teams are not going to change at this point.
They are what they are.
But talking about that game, with Atlas, obviously they were happy.
Happy birthday, Hannah.
They came out. Oh, it's Hannah's birthday.
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow's birthday. All right.
Sunday. Happy birthday, Hannah. I'm on the podcast with the Sobrado sisters. All right, go ahead.
So the Water Dogs losing another one. I don't know that there's, they're going to be soon to be mathematically eliminated, I would imagine.
Yeah.
If they don't get a couple of wins. I mean, with all these other teams struggling too, like Vin said, it's going to be a battle of, maybe 3 teams battling it out, Can they overcome one of those for that last spot? But they're definitely getting in on a last spot. But you know what? They could be a dangerous team if they get in on a last spot. Because they 1-goal games, you start winning them, you get hot a little bit at the end. Anything can happen. But it's starting to look. It's getting late in the game. They seem to be the thing with Water Dogs right now. The other goalie, the kid from Delaware, came in. DeLuca.
Oh yeah.
And he looked pretty good actually.
Yeah.
So they gave Dylan Ward a break, and they came back in that game. He was struggling a little bit, Ward, in the beginning, and sometimes maybe if you're having that was a good move that Tierney made. That was that got them back into that game. But figuring it out and to win those close ones.
For the fans, you said Tierney. I think the fans got thrown off.
Bill Tierney's the coach of the team. He's watching his team struggle again. They're down quite a bit of goals. Whether he thought they were, I don't know that they were necessarily Dylan Ward's fault, but sometimes you make a switch just to mix things up. And he brought the other guy in, and the guy started actually making some saves. Saves turned into transition. They started to, get right back into the game.
Right.
And
didn't they lose 3 games by 1 goal? I saw them or somebody.
They've been all year.
So they're fourth now. This week was another 1 goal.
Tight games.
You got to go on that.
So they're on the brink of getting shut out too, though. They're on the brink of not making it. They're one of the teams which is right.
So
one
of the teams. There's 3. Yeah. We named the 3.
Yeah.
They got to win 2 more.
Close to being out. But they only have to. It's like what's that thing they say?
They basically got to win out.
You don't have to outrun the bear. You just got to be faster than the other guy. And that's where they're at. If they can just get ahead of Chaos, then they might be able to. They might be able to get
basically
in there.
You got to have 3 wins to really make the playoffs. I mean, 4 you get in. 4 wins, I think you get in. 3 wins, I think you're knocked out, right? Would that be correct?
That's what it's looking like. It's going to be.
I think if they win out, I think they got to win out 3 games because they only got 1 or 2 wins. How many wins they got?
I think they got 1 win. That's it.
Water Dogs have
1 win.
Oh, they got to win out. Then they have to win out. The other team, they got to win 3 games in a row, and the other team's got to do like 2 out of 3. Yeah, it's gonna be. They don't. Yeah, it doesn't.
We're making our way. We got to go here 4 in. Smalls, people are, there's a lot of disappointment. People are missing you up there.
Yes, I do apologize that. Now that I'm a very busy man, big time executive, and I'm floating around the world.
Right.
How come you're not
at the Olympics? I thought you'd be in Paris.
Yeah, I'd love to be there. That would have been cool. But I only follow boxing, and you're not going to believe it when I tell you. You guys are going to. Two of the guys that won, I think one guy was a 16-year-old guy in the girls' division.
Wow.
He wins.
16-year-old guy won in the girls' division?
Yeah. Or 18, whatever he was.
Yeah, and he was in the girls' division?
He was in the women's division, yeah.
I saw it. Was a foreign. What country was he from?
I forget where he was from. But the women have the boxing. They don't get enough credit. The women's, you got women's and men's boxing, and the women's boxing is growing. I kind of like it. I do like it myself, actually. Seeing two women slug it out.
Yeah,
but
I'm not a fan of that.
I'm not either. I don't think that's not interesting to me to watch. But what's interesting for me to watch, what was interesting was watching the Whip Snakes beat up on the Redwoods and thereby putting me in first place for the season. All the way back from 0-4 at the beginning, and now he's arrived at first place after the Whip Snakes.
You make it like you were 0-4. We were like 2-2 that day.
You went 3-1.
All right, so we were 3-1.
I'll tell you one thing. It is nice beating Vinny. When you sit back, Steven, you got to admit, you kind of like a gloating a little bit. If Vinny comes back,
the work is not finished. I still have weeks to go, so obviously anything can flip flop on a moment's notice.
Are we doing just the season, or are we going to go into the playoffs too?
No, we go into the playoffs like we always do, right to the championship.
Oh, so you're going to wait? You're going to do the whole year all the way into the finals, the top score?
Oh, why wouldn't we? That's how we always do it.
Well, I thought you were going to just do the season and then you're going to do the playoffs separate. All right.
Yeah, we'll go right to the PLL championship game, and those semifinal games are at Hofstra. They're at Hofstra this year.
The quarterfinals, yeah. Hey, Vinny, can a guy in college that's a coach, can he play in this league? A coach?
Yes.
I don't see any head coaches playing, though. I don't see that.
I don't know that any head coaches have done it.
No,
I know what's his name. I don't remember if he was the head coach. He ended up leaving the league because he became the head coach of Cornell. But Busick was in the league and he was coaching Cornell. I'm not sure if he was the head coach that year. He might have been.
Oh, so basically no head coaches really do it because it's a conflict a little bit, and then
that's a lot of responsibility being a Division I head coach for the most part.
And you'd have to be, and most of them are not. You're not usually getting a coaching job in your 20s when you would presumably be playing. So
that would have to you'd have to be pretty young to be doing it.
Right.
That's why Busick came to mind. I think Kevin Unterstein was coaching and he was playing in the league. The Bernhardts are still coaching and they're in the league.
Yes.
There's a bunch of guys.
Yeah, there's guys assistants. Head coach probably not.
Like I said, the only one I can think is maybe Busick had an overlap there.
So Smalley said last week, I think they took offense to it, because people listen and word spreads. He said, the Whip Snakes are done. The Whip Snakes are done. And they went out and they put 18 on the board and, took down the Redwoods at their place in California. Are they back? Are the Redwoods, they seem to have, a lot of new young guys in there.
Well, they got a spark, yeah.
And Rambo was back.
Rambo was back.
That's good.
He played
stepping up. Other people stepping up.
That game was funny because it basically was a back and forth game and a 1-goal game, and then the Redwoods they had a 2-minute non-releasable where they were extra man. No, they were extra man and they didn't score on it.
They didn't score, but that's still a killer rule.
The Whips were able to kill that penalty, and then they actually scored. Zed Williams went a little crazy at the end,
Right.
which he can do. That's from past history. We know he can do those kinds of things. He got hot, and he made a tough goal with a tough defender on him, and then he split two guys and made another goal, and that was the game. So here it was, a 1-goal game, and next thing you know, it became a 4-goal game in the blink of an eye. And that was it.
The amazing thing about the league, any of these teams could win. I mean, that's
right.
it,
That's a big good part about it.
They really.
It's fun. It really is for lacrosse, and how far they came. That's why I give the kid the Prince the credit. And it really is fun. But it can't sleep. The league can't sleep. It's got to keep going. He's doing a great job. These guys are doing a good job. But if it keeps going, I really like to see it really move, in the right direction and really start growing a little more and figuring it out.
Well, he does
the
social media is outstanding.
Yes, it's definitely way better.
They're hitting all of those things. They definitely have taken that part of it. Every game is on TV. I mean, this is. It
is good. It's getting better. The kid. I think the players and stuff have to do a little bit more promoting, like I don't know whether going to the stands with the fans.
He wants them to be like Hulk Hogan. He wants them to put.
You have to listen until you make it. You constantly got to interact. You're the player. No one really knows these players. There's not one guy that I know that can name a whole roster. Can't do it. Very few people know the league. It's not like other sports leagues.
Most teams don't know what it is.
No, I understand, but it's not like other sports.
Can't name a full roster of a team they even root for.
No, I understand. My point to you is you got to constantly keep promoting. Just because you're a pro, you can't sit there like I scored 3 goals. No one knows who you are. So you got to be.
So what do you think they're not doing in promoting? Since you have the answer, what are they not doing?
Okay, I can tell you what.
Okay, go ahead.
Indulging with the fans, completely going into the stands.
How many games have you attended this year?
None.
It's okay. So how do you know they're not going in the stands?
I see what they're doing at the games.
They do after the game.
They do. They're signing autographs. They have meet and greets. They do clinics. These guys are they're with the fans.
They do.
Having the fans run on the field. Different types of promotions.
The kids play at halftime. They do things at the end of the quarters, little contests between quarters. Look, the issue is not that the people wouldn't enjoy themselves.
You got to learn how to draw women into the sport. You guys are a bunch of jugheads. It's all men standing around. Women. You want to grow the sport. You guys are like groundhogs. You want to grow the sport. You have to have other people other than the mainstream people that watch get into the sport, like basketball. A woman doesn't know she can go, she watches the game. They're not doing it in lacrosse. You're not getting. If you look at the fan base that's in the sport, the people that go, it's not growing among women. How many women do you actually know that are going to watch a lacrosse game? The answer is 0. You're not gaining in that graphic. So how do you grow the sport if you're not growing in areas that you need to grow? And I think
that's not the issue. That's not the big issue of the thing.
And the kids don't even watch.
Women coming to game and getting women involved in
hold on, kids. Let's deal with kids then. All right, let's go to kids.
All right, so if you go to
the kids don't even watch in New York. There was games over here last year. How many fans did they draw?
Well, listen, if you're gonna find solutions, right? You got to analyze why they may not be coming to the game. And I had this conversation with you, not on the podcast.
Hey, that's part of it, obviously.
We're saying they're not attending the game, some people. And I said, it's because a lot of these kids, they're playing in club tournaments weekend after weekend.
Right.
Sometimes they play 2 and 3 games, maybe sometimes as many as 4
they're burnt out
in a day. And you don't want to, it's difficult to get them to attend something, the parents to take them to a game when they've spent the whole day playing.
They're worn out. They're completely worn out in the sport.
Right, so that's an issue. So the issue is more, can you maybe change the season when they play? Can you maybe
But you put
there's
right.
been talk. There's been talk.
I would
do
that.
Do you align it with the college season?
Nah.
Do you play after? Do you do a double header with a college game?
You're not gonna.
Do you do it? Try to.
You got your answer right there, because the club sports it's all about money driven now, and the club sports are dragging the kids around. They don't care how many times the kid plays. Kid gets injured all the time. They don't care.
Don't get negative on that. It's just a timing thing. Is all I'm saying.
It has
like,
all this stuff has a part of it.
If you're playing all weekend, or you got to travel, you're not worried about the schedule and going and watching one of these games.
To grow the
but
sport,
the game is growing. Where it is growing, what I think maybe you're losing sight of, where it is growing, is the
participation is growing.
No, but there's also, we're talking about the league. We're talking about the PLL. Their viewership has been increasing. The viewership on television is increasing. So that's a plus. They may not be going to the games because they have difficulty getting to the games in person. But as far as the viewership, that's going up. So that's a good sign. You know, I think you can't.
Are they making money? I'd like to see the stats.
Listen, I don't know. Are they making money? I don't know.
Is it out there in public, or is it private? What is it?
I don't know.
Can we see the stats?
I don't know. I can't answer that. I don't know that you can look at those numbers or whatever. But I know the one thing you can look at in numbers is viewership. And from what I've been told and what I've seen in some of the things I did see, the viewership is up. It's like the WNBA. You know, a superstar came along, a Caitlin Clark, you know, and she's changed the whole face of that league. For whatever reasons. Whatever the reasons are why it changed. There's been great players before her, but they didn't change it the way she changed it.
I think you got to grow the kids, if that's the thing, too. Get all these kids on board to try to watch these games, and it'll grow like that. Well, and you got to get them. You got to be fanfare with players. The truth is, you got to associate.
The truth is, if the kids, they should watch it. If you're a player, you should watch it just to learn how to play. Because the announcers do a good job of explaining how to play the game better.
Really, really good job.
They do a good job of, explaining what's happening in the game and all those things that they've done. If you're a player and you're a young player and you watch these games, it'll help your game. For no other reason than that. Forget the entertainment.
You have to
as
say,
a competitor,
they probably don't get as much credit as they deserve. But Boyle and Clark and Quint, they really do an amazing job.
No, they explain the game well, and of course they're there to pump it up. I mean, they got detractors. Guys are like, they're saying every guy's the greatest.
Right.
Every guy's the greatest. But that's to pump it up.
But they explain it.
Yes, they explain it. They explain it well. They're explaining.
All right, so how do you bring in viewers? I want to know how you bring the viewers in. They need to grow. These are the hard questions you got to answer. Not you. I'm not saying. How do you bring in viewership where it's going to keep growing?
Well, I'm sure they're exploring every avenue to do that. They're not in this not to make it work.
But there's an area where they're stuck at.
I don't know that they're stuck. I just told you they're growing.
Determined that they're stuck.
They're growing. No, he didn't say stuck. He started the whole conversation with it's going down.
Right.
So he had them out of business in the next 2 years.
I didn't have them out of business. You got to constantly keep promoting it and not staying still.
I don't think you're telling them.
It's a constant thing, and you got to figure out where you're going wrong.
And so I ask you this question
again. Telling them anything they don't know.
Right, and Smalls, again, I ask you.
Give me the numbers. Give me numbers that are out there. You're giving me.
What makes you think they're not promoting it?
I don't know. Give me the numbers.
Well,
let me see numbers.
The one thing I will say.
7, 9. There's a number. 3. What would you know? You wouldn't know anything from a number.
Well, you guys are on the radio. What do you guys know either? Somebody told you something. Let me see data.
No,
let me see it.
What are you talking about?
He just told you the viewership is up.
I was on the phone with you the other day, and I was telling you I was looking at the viewership numbers, and I told you they're up.
Are they making money? Let me see it. It's just public knowledge. Let me scrutinize it. Let me look at it.
Say that again.
And see where we.
Say that again. What did you
I
say,
said,
Smalls?
he's talking. The kid needs food. Man. Feed him, man. You're driving up all the way there. Stop and get the kid food, man. Get him a Slurpee, whatever he
All I
wants.
can
You
tell you
guys
is
are
I'm
driving.
glad we're not on the other side of the
Yeah,
traffic.
there's a lot of
Holy
traffic
cow.
going on the other
Go to the
direction.
Wow.
cover. What?
Yeah, no, they're doing something to
Oh
one of the
my
overpasses.
God,
They were
Vinny,
putting
don't
it.
tell me this stuff.
They were doing something. One of the overpasses coming the other way, and it looks like it's backed up far.
Oh God,
So
it's painful.
let's pick our games for this week. So the first game this weekend is the Whip Snakes on -1.5 against the Water Dogs.
Wow. Well, you're in first
I'll go.
place.
I'll
You
pick
want me to
first.
go first? I'll go first.
No, I'll go with the whip steak. That's what I call right there.
I think I'm going with the Water Dogs. I just think that they have to get off the schneid. This is like Custer's last stand at this point. If they don't get this win, it's over. And you know it's at Maryland because they're playing down at Hopkins this week. But I just think I think the Water Dogs have to get their win. It's just law of averages. They can't lose that many close games. What do you think?
They can.
Well,
They can. You know, it happens. You know,
All right, get your pick.
just might be a team this year that they just snake bit like that. The Whip Snakes are playing better. I don't know how bad Bernhardt got hurt in that game. Hurt his shoulder, right?
Hey, when you say the name, Vinny, when you guys say the name, that's another thing. Say the full name, where they're from, and what it is for the
Well,
viewers.
listen, I'm not going to give a guy the roster. We're talking to people who watch it.
No, say the name. No, excuse me. I didn't say that.
Bernhardt, the defense.
I didn't say that. I said
for the Whip
because
Snakes.
he doesn't know who he is.
Right.
Yeah. Well, no one knows. It's a new league.
Well,
Whip steak too.
Maybe it'll make them look it up. Bernhardt, who's a key defender on the Whip Snakes, right? He's a key defender. I don't know which brother it is. I need Jared. Jesse. Maybe it's Jesse. But he went down. He hurt his shoulder. It looked like last game. He's a key to their defense. I don't know if he's going to miss time or not. But if they don't have him, that helps the Water Dogs because he does coordinate that defense. The Whip Snakes do have to play 2 games this weekend. So, but that half a goal, I wish it was 1. It's that half a point that kills you here.
Yeah, that's why they do it. It's almost it's almost like 2. Right, you got to actually get 2 to win, right? I mean, so it's like 2.
Yeah.
Think about it. It's not even a point and a half when they do that.
No, I'm saying,
so you think
it gets down to 1-goal games, but I'll go with the Whip Snakes being at
go with the other team, Vinny. Come on, go with the team. Give me a chance to grow here.
And then,
all right.
Well, you're not chasing him anymore. I hate to tell you.
You're going down, Steven. Your picks are terrible this week.
So the next game is the Outlaws. Yeah, just keep going straight. 87. Outlaws are -1.5 against the Redwoods. I'll go first. I'm taking the Outlaws. That's my team. They're going to bounce back. I want to see more from Hanley. Hanley's been a little quiet, If they're going to stretch out and guard Bundy and shut him off and do all those things, these middies like a Hanley should have a lot of room to operate. He's got to start going by people and making things happen.
I got to go with the Outlaws in that one, too.
Yeah.
I think the Outlaws, I think the Redwoods, they got problems in a lot of areas. They can't just get only their scoring from the attack. They need some more scoring from the midfield, and they're not getting it. I'll go with the Outlaws on that one.
All right, Smalls. What do you got?
I got to stick with the Outlaws, too. I mean, I'll go with the Outlaws also.
His man. Brendan O'Neill's his
Brendan
guy.
O'Neill.
That's his guy.
Yeah. You guys are one day you'll both of you Mr. 2 know-it-alls, and I love you to death, but I got to pick on you a little bit. You'll never see a Brendan O'Neill again in the next 20 years in college sports. You won't see it.
There'll
I
be
don't see
another
it
one.
coming up.
There'll be
I
another
don't
one.
see it. No, it won't. Not in 20
This
years.
is what the same
Big
thing they've
generational
said
player.
about a number of different
He's-
guys.
No,
The
I
game
understand that,
evolves,
but
and
he,
they'll be great guys. And he's
who
tremendous.
this year is going to be a Brendan O'Neill?
Not
Who?
this
I don't
year.
see it.
I would say this
I
year.
don't. He's
In
like
where?
LeBron James.
In where?
He's got a
College?
target on his back. Yeah, college. Since an 8th grader,
He
he's had a
just started
target on
now.
his back.
He just said you're never going to see anybody in 30 years be a Brendan O'Neill, and then he says you're just not going to see it now. Is it 30 years or now?
Guys, hold on a second. I told you he's
Make
had
up
a
your mind.
target on his back since he's an 8th grader. I don't see people better than Brendan O'Neill coming up. I just don't. You guys are the experts. Maybe you're right. I don't see it. I mean, LeBron, he's got like a target on his back since an 8th grader. I've never seen anybody.
Kids are eating steroid chicken. There's a kid being born next year that's going to be 6'6", 240 pounds, and it's just the evolution. These guys are
Well, if you let all the other athletes played in the game, you forget about it. If you had every football kid, every basketball kid, and every baseball kid picking their first choice as lacrosse, none of you guys would even be playing. Go ahead, I'm kidding. Go ahead. Get on. Go for 3. What are we doing for the third game? Go ahead.
The third game is, oh boy, the Cannons -1.5 against the Whip Snakes.
All right, Steven, you got to go first.
I'm gonna pick the Cannons only because every time I pick against the Cannons, they win.
No, I'm going Cannons also. I mean, Whip Snakes, that'll be their second game. Cannons are coming in fresh. I think they're on a roll right now. I'll go with the Cannons.
Smalls?
I'm gonna go opposite you two clowns. I can't agree everything with you two clowns, so I'm gonna go with
So you're
them.
going Whip Snakes.
Why you gotta be disparaging? Call people clowns. What do you think that does for?
I didn't say clowns. I said clowns.
Wait a minute. Let's stop there. You didn't.
You ready?
You think I pick on you, but yet you're constantly saying things. I don't even think you know what you're saying.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to give you some kind of suspension or something.
You weren't good at English. You failed English at Chaminade.
I didn't fail anything. You were in hammer and nail school when I was in Chaminade. They were teaching.
Oh, you were rich. Oh, you weren't a rich kid from Washington. You were born in Harlem.
Oh my God, this guy.
So I give you that. You weren't a privileged kid. You weren't a.
All right. Let's get the fourth game. That's the best.
Wait.
He's like, I didn't. It says it, and then he says he didn't say it.
You got a face for radio.
So the last game is Archers -1.5. Ooh, chaos.
Oh, that's weird.
I'm picking Archers in this one too. I'm going all favorites this week. It seems like
I'm gonna have to go. I'm gonna go chaos.
You know,
I think I'm gonna take the lead after this week.
Something just hit me.
That's gonna be a nice.
Something just hit me about Smalley. You know, he basically played 2 years of lacrosse his whole life. He won 2 championships. Oh, I'll use the word played sparingly.
Right.
But he knows more than everybody.
Oh no, you talk about mocking. You went right into the mocking.
No, because well, I'm only saying it because the words you use. You call people clowns. You say people don't know what they. You're coming off like, to me, you're coming off like
I'm so
you're
positive.
the know-it-all. You know, whatever.
I'm the most giving guy in lacrosse. What have I done for 4 years in lacrosse? What invite people to the suite?
That's something different. We're not talking about that.
You're talking about generosity and people giving back to the game and stuff. And what have I done?
Where did generosity come in? Now comes generosity.
Oh, Vinny,
he jumps to
my
generosity.
heart is so good.
Oh,
You're attacking my heart now. Listen,
God.
I had dysfunctions as a kid. You guys grew
You're
up.
showing every one of them right now. Every dysfunction's coming out in one podcast. This is what I'm trying to tell you. You need to slow down. You need to slow your roll. You know,
I hope you guys hit a roadblock.
So now we got our picks in. You picked Chaos, right? I picked Archers. Who'd you pick?
I didn't hear. What's the spread? I didn't hear.
Oh, wait, this is weird.
Say that again?
Archers minus 1.5.
Over Chaos?
Yeah.
I'll take Archers. Chaos is struggling. I don't see them beating Archers.
All right, those are the picks. Now, Smalls. Now we got to get to the important matters. Lake Placid. We got a lot of games up here. I think I overcommitted myself. So we're playing.
Well, you guys, listen. I love you. You know I love you more than anything in life. Let me get that out there. But I do have to push back on both these at times. Steven, I don't mean to pick on you, but I'm not happy with the way, you did pretty good with the training, but you did better last time when you were going to Florida. I'll let you do the answer. Am I yes or no? Did you do better in Florida?
Well, I was in better condition overall in Florida, but I said from the beginning of the summer, I've done a great job training because my training was not to train. I had a problem with my ankle. Yes.
You sound like me now.
My ankle.
Vinny, come on, get on him, Vinny.
My ankle's feeling better right now than it's felt in the last 8 weeks. So
yeah, but what are you not even, Steven? You're going up and playing 3 games. You're a double nickel. You're 55 years old. You did great years back. Are you putting anything on your foot to take care of it? You have like a little wrap.
I'm gonna get taped, but it's felt good. I gotta say, I've been saying percentage wise. I told Joe Corello last week. I said about 75%. I feel like I'm 85% right now. I feel like, I have to test it, but I feel pretty good. I'm amazed that I feel this good. And part of it was I haven't played. I didn't want to play because I felt like if I would have pushed it earlier, it might have been a problem. So
I think the cool air will help you guys, believe it or not, because it's going to be nice at night. One thing up there, the nights at night, you actually need a sweatshirt, and I'm going to miss it. I'm not going to lie to you. I got FOMO. My daughter used to pray for FOMO. I used to pray every night for FOMO. I'm so upset I'm missing it. I actually, believe it or not, I really going to miss the gunslinger. I love AKA. I love the kid, man, now. He's my new guy.
He's cooking. He's getting ready.
Corello's, his relationship with the coach and everything, that's phenomenal. He takes his 2 kids. I'm going to miss the 2 kids. I did enjoy going up there. I really am. I'm very, very upset, like that.
Well,
I'm very, very upset that I'm not going to be up there. So I said to the wife, next year, I'm actually going up there with a house next year. That's a fact. I'm done with everything. I'm getting a whole big house, everything. I might throw parties up there. Let me take over the scene up there for the next 3 years, Vinny. Let the king take it over. I'll have Black Jesus out there.
Oh, boy.
How bad could it be?
It'll be fun.
It's always fun. It's always fun.
I'd have gear for everybody. I have packages for everybody. But let me just say something, the nice thing that I saw about Joe Corella and the coach. They established a wonderful relationship, to both of those guys, with each other. And I can't say any more. And their friendship has grown, and they go up there every year. And it's really just a nice time for these coaches and Tillman to get up there and to let their air out and really have a good time and talk about stuff and develop friendships. And that's what it's all about. And I really do miss that. I mean, it's really incredible. That's a really beautiful, beautiful place up there. It really is something very, very special. So, I have to really admit that.
So do you think we'll get, because we're playing in, I guess there's, between the 2 of us, there's 4 different teams. Do you think we'll get any championships? Or
no.
We're losing connection.
You're going to get one out of, probably 1, definitely 1. You're not going to lose. I don't know. Maybe 2, Steven. You're not going to go 3 for 3. And the reason being is I'm counting on you more, and I just don't. I think you'll do well. I don't think you'll top that, because when you were geared up and you were training with Mr. G online, you seem to be more motivated in your weight loss. I mean, you're coming in at what weight now? You're coming in at 230.
No, 230. What have you been saying? 210.
No, you said you were 229. You and Vinny.
No, that was originally. That was in
Last time, but I'm saying, what are you? I said, what are you coming in as?
210 now. But I was
You only 210?
yeah, and I was 195 in Florida.
Now think about that though. 210 and 190. That's still 15 pounds of running around, and you're a double nickel. You're 55. So, I mean, yeah, you could do it. You could listen. You could do it. I like what I do like is the mindset. Your mindset is there.
No way on Monday that I could play, but I went the game ready. I iced down for a couple days, and swelling has gone way down, and I'm feeling better. I maybe could give my team some good minutes. We'll see. I don't know. Listen, at the end of the day, this is a team sport. You got to have guys. Everybody's got to do
Vinny, at one time, you were the greatest player on Long Island.
I was not.
Now you're a broken down police. How does it feel, Vinny?
A police? I'm a police?
What is that?
Or a police?
Make a new word.
Oh, God.
I love the kid. I do love you, Vinny.
Oh, God.
You kill me, but I don't know why I like you. I really like you. Unbelievable.
Well, we're gonna.
Hey, Vin, if your shoulder holds out, I mean, that's a big part of it too. I mean, you gotta,
We'll see. It's not like I'm playing in the PLL here. I'm in a Giza league. Guys are trying their best. They're here to have fun, but they are competitive.
You play.
I'm on a good team.
If you play an average 1-1, if you play an average 1-1, I do owe you a ride. I'll get you in a horse and buggy. I'll get you in a horse carriage. I'll take you around town. If you go 1-1, that's 2 goals. That's 2 points. That's 2 points a game.
I know one thing. I'll get to see my friends up here. We'll have a lot of fun. We'll have our typical yearly dinner with.
When is that, Thursday night? Because I got to send you my speech for Tillman. First of all, Tillman wins the.
Tomorrow night.
Is he listening?
Tomorrow night we're gonna do that.
Yeah.
Think.
Can you cut this part out if he's listening? I don't want to.
Don't say it now. Don't.
Oh, I can't say it. All right.
Speech.
I'll send the speech.
Send your speech, and then we'll read it for you. Or we'll bring you in on FaceTime or something.
It's a shame because I had all the stuff, the props and everything to go. I wrote up my whole thing to be going and everything. I had guns and stuff.
The Cowboy's going to be looking for a shirt. He's going to say,
I know,
right on the shirt.
I know, and I had it all. Just everything came so quick, and yeah.
You got conflicts. Listen,
it's what
you're
happens.
a popular guy. You're in demand. What can you do?
For a kid that couldn't read or write and eat sugar water with salt cakes, I sure did all right.
Salt cakes. All right, we're gonna wrap it up.
We're getting into the mountains.
We're getting in. We're gonna lose you. The
weather's gonna be great, guys. All right. Good luck with everything. Have a great time. You guys are the best.
We'll give you some updates. And
enjoy your wedding down in Carolina.
Safe travels.
Yeah.
Have a good trip.
Vinny, look at your phone right now. Tell me what time it is.
It's 9:11.
There you go.
Lax life.
On that,
Lax life.
Well, Lax life. Yep. You guys got it. Love you guys. See you later.
And get the link to the store so that we can start giving the
definitely.
people an opportunity to get their hats and sweatshirts.
And take care of my dear friend Sticks, man. Take care of Sticks.
Sticks is there. Please. Sticks is ready. He's ready.
Signing off. I love you guys. See you later,
man. Bye.
He's demented. You hear what I did with
He says it, and then he says he didn't say it.
No, he goes,
in the next sentence.
He didn't say it, and then I'll be like, oh, I'm gonna pick Deutsch next for this one. And then